Okay, so taking time out to breathe, coming into a sitting position, and perhaps sitting on something like a dining room chair that's more upright. If that's not possible, just finding a chair or position that's right for you. And if you can sit slightly forward so your back comes away from the back of the chair and allowing your spine to follow its natural curves, sitting upright but not uptight, and allowing your shoulders to fall back and down, letting go of any kind of tension if you can, and closing your eyes if that's okay, or having an unfixed gaze on the floor in front of you if you'd prefer. And so just allowing yourself time to relax in the present moment. Let's take 3 purposefully deep breaths to help us begin the relaxing process. And whilst you're taking these 3 deep breaths, just try to breathe into any areas of tension and try to soften these areas when you exhale. And once you've taken these 3 purposefully deep breaths, just bringing the breath back to normal. So breathe in quite normally. We're not wanting to change that in any way whatsoever, our breath. But what we're going to do now is take note of all the sensations that the breath is bringing. Perhaps some sensations are felt on the top of the lip as the air passes to go through your nose. Or perhaps it might be at the back of the throat. Or the sensations of the breath might be in the belly area. Wherever you feel it, just concentrating on them sensations for a moment. And if you're new to mindfulness, you might find that it's really difficult to concentrate. We have a busy mind. So it might help to focus on the word in when breathing in and out when exhaling. Still not changing the breath in any way, but just perhaps repeating the words in on the in-breath and out when exhaling. And now let's remind ourselves, this time is for me to be still. We have nowhere to rush to. We have nowhere to be at this moment, nowhere to go. We've booked this time in our diary so we can focus on being present in this moment, not thinking about what is to come and not thinking about what has happened. Let's remind ourselves, I'm giving this time to me to improve my well-being. I'm giving this time to me so I can just be still and listen to the breath. And continuing to focus completely on the breath. What sensations is the breath bringing? Does it bring a feeling of air, passing over the top lip when you're inhaling. Maybe cool air entering the mouth if you're breathing through your mouth. Maybe you can feel the breath the most in the soft tissues inside the nose. Maybe you can feel the air passing through the windpipe as the air starts to make its journey through the body. Or maybe you can feel the breath the most when it's entering the stomach area. Let's just take a moment now to notice where the breath is felt the most in the body at this moment. And whilst we're trying to focus on the breath, the mind may wander and begin to think about other things. Perhaps what's happened recently, or perhaps something you have on your agenda today. Or maybe it's asking yourself if you're practicing mindfulness correctly. Is this how we do it? Am I doing it right? My mind's wandering. It's important to know that the mind is designed to think. It's its job to do so. So a wandering mind is natural. When the mind wanders, if we can notice this and perhaps understand where it's gone to, recognize that, but not continue with that thought if possible, and just unhook from the thought instead and bring the mind back to the practice. This is then practicing mindfulness. We're simply paying attention to what is happening right now. And if we can lead our mind back to the practice gently and kindly, because our mind is just doing its job. Perhaps we could even thank the mind for doing such a good job in thinking, and thanking it once again when it returns to the sensations of the breath. Still focusing on the sensations of the breath. Let's notice now if the breath is deep or shallow. Again, still not changing the breath in any way, just noticing this. Let's notice, is the breath fast or is it slow? Can we notice the spaces between the in-breath and the out-breath? Still not changing the breath in any way, just noticing these spaces. We breathe all the time, even when we're not paying attention. It's what keeps us alive. We can be grateful for every single breath that we take. Continuing to focus on the breath. Can you feel the body rising just slightly on the inhale, and on the exhale the body falling just slightly? This motion's like a gentle rocking sensation, bringing comfort to us. Can we embrace this rocking sensation? Can we enjoy it? Feel how it makes you feel. Does it bring warmth? Does it bring a caring sensation? How does that feel? Just relaxing into the gentle rocking sensation. And so now bringing our focus back to where you can feel the breath the most. It may be on the upper lip as the air passes by your nose, or it may be in the inside, the soft tissues of the nose. You may feel the breath most in the throat, or the chest area, or the belly area. Wherever the sensations of the breath are felt the most for you, just focusing on this, just for a moment. And now we're going to start to bring this practice to a close. And so ever so gently starting to allow the eyes to open, moving the body slightly if this is what the body needs, and allowing the light to start to enter the eyes until the eyes are fully open.